Important. 10 rounds, as we said. Hypnotic heads the list. Lynemore is a bit fancied, so is Beau Jest, and Wonder Bee is likely to be favourite. Let's have that first show from John Tyrrell.
And Lynemore now heads the market 2-1 from 5-2, and Wonder Bee is 3-1 also from 5-2. Beau Jest is a 5-1 shot, and Force March 11-2 from 5-1. Hypnotic on 8-1, Weepman's Wagon at 10s, Gowan House a 20-1 shot, Dynasty at 50s along with Dreadnought and Dwale, and they're all quoted.
And there is the winning combination last year, that is to say David Naylor Leyland.
9-4 out, a 3-1 they've taken that, the 11-4 was sent with a thumb, and it's generally 5-2 Wonder Bee, and because of that, Lynemore is back out to 9-4. Very close between the two for favouritism now.
So they come down towards the first of 8 flights of hurdles in this amateur riders hurdle race. 2 miles the trip, and Beau Jest on the inside with Wonder Bee in the yellow jacket. Nearest to us, Lynemore in the pale blue, Force marching behind her. And they're all safely over the first, including Gowan House, whose jockey is putting up a stone overweight. Gowan House, the grey, at the rear of the field. Coming down towards the second, and Beau Jest on the inside of Force March. Wide is Dynasty, and wider of Dynasty is Lynemore, who jumped that one particularly well. Wonder Bee tucked away in 5, and then Dwale, and then just in behind these comes Weepman's Wagon. And the field very closely grouped indeed as they race up past the winning line for the first time. And in fact Hypnotic has come through to share the lead with Lynemore, who's taking quite a keen hold on the outside. Dwale now comes through to third, Force March on the outside is 4, Dynasty racing 5, and then Beau Jest, Weepman's Wagon and Wonder Bee, followed by Gowan House and finally Dreadnought as they race away from us. The 2 greys are the back 2 at this stage, swinging right-handed and making their way towards the back straight, where they have 4 flights of hurdles to jump, and a Hypnotic and Lynemore sharing the lead. 3 lengths to Force March in 3rd place, and then Dwale racing in 4. 2 lengths back to Weepman's Wagon, then Beau Jest, and Wonder Bee on the outside of Dynasty, Gowan House, and the back marker is Dreadnought. So they level up into the back stretch, and it's Lynemore going on. Lynemore pulling hard, the leader, as they come to take the third, a length ahead of Hypnotic on the inside. In fact, Hypnotic ranges alongside, but not as quick or as fluid a jump there. Gowan House again untidy at the rear of the field, and it's Hypnotic who's come through to take up the running by length as they take the 4th, but again untidy, as too was Wonder Bee, just a little bit slow there, drops back into 5th place on the right of the picture as we look at them as they race down the far side and towards the 5th, and at which Lynemore, and again Wonder Bee a little bit untidy, lost a length or so in the air there, and it's Hypnotic on the inside of Lynemore with Force March back in 3rd. They race towards the last on the far side, and let's check the SPs with Lynemore at 9-4, with the horse with a white face on the outside of Hypnotic, and Wonder Bee just not making any great strides yet, still over half a furlong to go. Wonder Bee at 5-2, Beau Jest 11-2, and Force March 6-1. So they begin the turn out of the back straight, and up front it's Hypnotic, the top weight, with Lynemore on the outside of him, 3 or 4 lengths back to Force March, and then comes Wonder Bee in the yellow, with Weepman's Wagon making stealthy progress on the inside. These are followed by Beau Jest and Dwale, and a big gap to the rank outsiders, Dynasty and Dreadnought, and Gowan House, who wasn't an outsider at departure, but he certainly is now. They level up for home, they've got just 2 to jump, and it's Hypnotic on the inside of Lynemore with a white face. Lynemore just starting to hang a bit. Force March coming through into 3rd. Wonder Bee tries to make ground through into 4th. Weepman's Wagon and Beau Jest follow that. They've still got 2.5 furlongs to go. 2 flights of hurdles to jump, and it's Hypnotic in the lead. Hypnotic and Lynemore, little to choose between them. Hypnotic by length to Lynemore. Wonder Bee is back in 3rd place. Beau Jest staying on. Weepman's Wagon comes under the pressure. Force March on the extreme left, and they got 1 to jump, and it's Lynemore pressing Hypnotic. They've got the final flight of hurdles to take now. Lynemore and Hypnotic stride for stride. Wonder Bee looking held in 3rd. Beau Jest staying on well up the hill, but Lynemore finds acceleration inside the final furlong. Just over 150 metres to go, and Lynemore in the lead from Hypnotic, with Beau Jest putting in a brave finish behind these Weepman's Wagon and Wonder Bee. Very tired horses indeed, but Lynemore wins. Lynemore the winner, Hypnotic second. Beau Jest is 3rd, a photo for Weepman's Wagon, and Wonder Bee, who was a disappointment. Then came Dwale and Dreadnought, and behind these came